Well, I'm Ryan Yamamoto. Following breaking news, conservative activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot at a campus event in Utah. He was speaking to students from an outdoor tent when the gunfire rang out. University police say a single shot was fired. A suspect was taken into custody after the shooting, but was later released. This all happened at Utah Valley University in Orem. The school has closed the campus and canceled classes. CBS News reporter Torian Small is following that story.
A witness tells CBS News Kirk was shot during a debate-style event titled "Prove Me Wrong." The witness also flagged there was no security screening at the event.
It happened in broad daylight at an event at Utah Valley University. As Charlie Kirk addressed the crowd, a shot was fired.
All of a sudden, I hear a pop. I just saw him grab, it looked like his neck, and there's just blood pouring out everywhere, and his eyes kind of rolled back.
Kirk was rushed from the premises to the hospital. Kirk, a rising star in conservative politics and a fierce ally of President Trump. He is a co-founder of Turning Point USA, which advocates for conservative politics on university campuses. Well known to CBS News Chief Washington analyst Bob Costa.
I have covered Charlie Kirk for a long time, have spoken to him at so many political events over the years. This is someone who has galvanized conservatives across the country. He is seen as someone who is really able to gather the Trump movement, especially those under 30, and make them into a force.
President Trump posted, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk," calling him a great guy from top to bottom.
Among the many reactions to the shooting, California Governor Gavin Newsom condemning political violence. The Democrat had Kirk on his podcast earlier this year.
And here's that statement from Governor Newsom, quote, "The attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form." Kirk did appear at San Francisco State University back in May as part of the American Comeback Tour. That event drew hundreds of people, including protesters. This afternoon on CBS News 24/7, our Julia Goodrich asked an expert about security at today's event in Utah.
The detail of security here, it really seems like this was a hard one to contain and have that security detail to protect Kirk.
Large crowd events in the open are extremely difficult, probably one of the most difficult events to secure. We've seen this in multiple shootings like this, from President Trump to presidents of other countries, elected officials, celebrities. When they're attacked, it's usually in open-air crowded events.
So in a situation like this, things are happening so quickly. So how do medical professionals and law enforcement react in those initial seconds when it's so crucial?
So there are three major categories that are addressed at the outset. First is getting treatment to the injured individual. Secondly is stopping the threat, finding out where that threat came from and making sure that no one else can be injured, and then dealing with the crowd. You're going to have a complete flood of different types of actions and emotions. Some people will be frozen, some may have panic attacks, and some may flee. So you have to address all of those areas at the same time.
Was this a risky situation? I mean, obviously we can look at it now and say, of course it was. But given the context of what his conservative platform was, the crowd that was there, are you surprised that there wasn't more security detail?
I don't know the security measures that were in place, but usually in an outdoor event, and we've seen in multiple instances on college campuses where we have events, particularly conservative speakers, that have caused riots, protests. Quite a few have been canceled over the last few years. So if an event occurs outside, what we're going to need is, or what we should see is, perimeter control. You can't get into the event unless you've been screened. Types of levels of screening, whether it's just opening a bag or going through a metal detector, is typical of these events. Now, Charlie Kirk, he hasn't garnered a lot of threat issues. In other words, people carrying out threats. But in today's current environment, I think this is going to change the planning for these events going forward.
And again, we're following breaking news. Conservative political activist and co-founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, shot and killed at an event at Utah Valley University. He was speaking to students from an outdoor tent at the time. The FBI is responding to the scene. Kirk was 31 years old. We'll continue to monitor this. We'll bring you the latest on air on our website, kpix.com, and streaming on the CBS News app. We'll be right back.